Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Audi 3000, and this is episode 85.
We here.
Shit. Feels good.
Feels great.
Yay! Welcome, everybody, yet again to another episode of the Ambition Hour podcast. I am here joined by my co-host, Hav and Spitz in the motherfucking building for episode 85. Super excited. I'm ready to start. How was your guys' week?
Feeling fucking great.
Feeling good. Expanding the mind. Doing our damn thing.
Amazing, man.
Amazing.
Feels great.
I cannot believe that I've been doing this for 85 episodes, like 85 fucking weeks of my life.
She a pro now.
Feels so good. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has tuned in, who has subscribed, who has sent me any positive message affirming that what I am doing is correct and that I am in the right path. I just want to say thank you to all of the guests that we have had. Just looking at some of the footage from that I posted today on my Instagram, it just inspired me to go even harder, as well as seeing Joe Budden in the post that he posted on his Instagram of being with a Spotify deal for a year and being number one for that amount of time. And that just inspired me as well. I heard a sermon while I was doing my makeup, so I am ready to go.
Cool.
Spitz, we missed you.
Feels good to be damn back.
Feels good to be home.
It's about damn time. LeBron James.
It's really nice to have you back.
So good
Facts.
to be home.
And okay, so you guys have had a good week. It's been a week since we last have been here. Hopefully all of you guys that are tuning in, if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is that you stream your podcast, I appreciate you. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, let us know what you want to hear. Let us give us feedback. I mean, come on, man. I'm talking to you every day. I'm talking to you guys every week. Like, give me some feedback. Let me know. Let me know if at least my makeup looks good. Like, tell me something. Help me.
Help me. Help you. Watch me.
Exactly.
Hey,
and
in
if
that
you
order.
are watching us on YouTube on WTW TV, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is not easy putting visuals out every single week, but we do it. I do want to give a special thank you to Hav, who has been a part of the audio visual for a very long time. He sometimes possibly does not like me, but he does it because he loves me, because he's my little brother. So thank you. And I also wanted to say thanks to Spitz.
Hold on, not a round of applause for me?
Oh yes, round of applause for Hav.
Oh my goodness.
The crowd is going fucking wild. And then Spitz doesn't get a clap. Spitz, thanks
Yeah,
for...
it's Spitz. I was going to do it for
I was
everybody.
like, can we get the Kanye for me at least? Houseway.
No.
Halfway. Halfway.
No. Real talk, okay.
You ain't got that.
The thing is that like Hav is my brother, but like Spitz is also my brother. So like I treat them like brothers.
Accordingly.
Accordingly. And then especially how he be treating me sometimes. He be shady, whatever.
Oh my God.
Let me relax.
Look how the narrative starts. It's not even 10 minutes.
And people are gonna be hitting us up like, oh, so Spitz be rude to you?
So what's going on here? I don't
Why
like that
was
guy.
he missing the last two
Why is
episodes?
he on the episodes now? Now I see why
So
he
he's
misses
only on
some
the evens,
episodes.
not
Yeah,
the
we
odd. So
told-
he's the odd one out.
I told Spitz last time, I'm like, yo,
Good point.
you have to be in the next episode, because people are going to start thinking that we done kicked your ass off of the
Facts.
show. But I just want to say thank you to you, Spitz, as well, because you've always been a part of the journey, and you have always added value to everything that is the Ambition Hour podcast. So I just want to say thank you. We shot the video.
Love you guys.
Yeah, I love you guys too. Thanks. We shot the
Love
video
y'all.
for first place.
Fuck with y'all, no incense. Hey. Because we family.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah.
Going with the
Damn,
bars.
so you should be a rapper.
Hey, you should rap, guy. You should make music.
So we shot the video for first place. I'm really excited. That's Spitz's song off of La Vita e Bella. Make sure you go ahead and stream La Vita e Bella. Oh, before we go ahead, I guess, since we're speaking of WTW things, make sure that you guys head on over to our website, which is WTWrecords.com. There you will be able to find the sweater that Hav is wearing. We wouldn't be giving you that sweater, but that's how it looks. And then the shirt that Spitz has, which is La Vita e Bella shirts. Ladies, remember we have the dresses by With Love Sunshine. And then remember our sponsors, our candle sponsor, who is setting the vibes and the aroma for the episode. If you want your 10% discount, all you have to do is use our promo code, which is ANC19A, and she does have a promo going on until the 20th of this month that is giving you 40% off of all goodbye scents. Make sure that you head on over to Annie.co on Instagram. That way you can find the link on to so you can get your candles.
You can smoke and it still smell good.
And it does. He ain't ever lied.
Why not?
I'm obsessed with those candles. I just got a package today that I cannot wait to open. So we shot the video for first place. How you felt about that, Spitz?
Oh man, it was real dope. I like the I like the energy, man, that we had from the girls that was there that was shooting the video.
Shout out to Mileto.
Yo, shout out to Mileto because he does a lot, and we're gonna be doing a release, like I said, for our album that we're doing, Past Present Spitz. It's the release of the single is Format with Cable. Shout out to Cable.
A video that we already shot and kind of have like in the they don't know,
in the Tucker, we got
Chris
that in the
Tucker.
Tucker, we got that in the Chris Tucker. But yeah, it was dope to have them out there giving us those visuals right along with Hav, and just like seeing like it all just come together with the we out there sweating, people. You understand me? Like, we're like,
I'm sweating.
This man is back. This man is backpedaling like he in the NFL. Like he's a corner in the NFL. Like key,
they used to call me champ in school, bro.
Bailey. I'm just saying.
I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest. Let's be honest. But it was pretty dope, and like I said, the energy, the energy was
being out there doing it. Also,
shout out to the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies, Anna and Evelyn and Andrea. No, it's not Andrea. Ariana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I don't think her name is Tata. That was her nickname, Tata.
Oh, okay.
Let's roll with Tata.
We're gonna call her by her nickname.
Let's do that.
Well, I just be bad at reading though too. And shout out to them because that was definitely a whole vibe. I mean, there's a lot of things going on happening in there. I think I had to ask Anna her name like twice or whatever like that. So like, it was just hella dope doing that, and I was also talking to okay, I was talking to her.
Tata.
Yeah. I was talking to her. I was kind of like, yo, look at how like nonchalant everybody else is about this shit. Like, homies, this is like regular now. Like, you go to the, like there's people motherfuckers shooting. Like you just see,
right.
You just see that. Like,
yo, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, because almost to a point, sometimes you feel like you get. Well, it's happened before. Like homies ask and like or like we get stopped and we get asked questions or whatever like that. Like, oh, what are you guys doing? And not in like in a negative way. Just
I'll tell you what we're doing.
well, yeah. Not in a negative way. Just kind of like, dang, who is that? Who can it might be? But then now. Probably I'm thinking about back in the days, probably that would have stopped a little bit more traffic. A lot of motherfuckers would have been like, yo, wait.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And then like nowadays, since it's so normal, with vlogging, with people just content creating and shit like that. And this is hella dope. It's also hella dope to work with these women that are, that they out there and they getting it.
So shout out to them. I appreciate them.
And no shout outs. Fuck Wildin' Out the restaurant. We do not condone that place.
$25
fuck with the headband or whatever the fuck.
$25 for 6 wings, man. Whoa. $25 for 6 wings. 6 shitty ass wings.
Well, there goes our Wildin' Out appearance.
Well, it can still work, Nick.
It can still work. Well, I just wanted to go ahead and share real quick because y'all know I love to talk about my results. Feeling good, feeling great. Been going to the gym more consistently. Just very proud of the results that I've been achieving, and I just want to let everybody know that anything is possible. And that if you put a goal and you set it and you stay focused and you stay consistent, that you can reach it. If my physical appearance isn't proof of that, this podcast is a proof of that. Worth the Wait is proof of that. There's a lot of things that we are putting into action that are proof of what I am speaking on. And I wanted to speak to the boys about something because one of the things that we talk about here is relationships, dating, situations like that. And I wanted to bring the attention to this tweet that I saw on Twitter. And so the girl, she basically did a screenshot of a conversation that she had with a guy. And so I'm going to read her tweet first, and then I'm going to read what the messages were. So she basically said, this dude asked to see me, and I said, are you going to bring me dinner? He said, what I want for dinner? I said, sushi. He said, how much? And look at his response. She said that the sushi that she wanted was $30, And then he said 30. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? I'm not cheap, but damn, 30 could buy some groceries and you can make something, etc. $30, I can buy myself a nice meal. I haven't had a $30 meal in a minute. I don't have 30. I just bought groceries for the week, paid rent, and my car note. I don't have it right now, to be honest. And then she said, okay, cool. And then he said, what that mean? Can I still see you? So this inspired me to write a couple of tweets that I do want to share with you guys. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, make sure that you follow me. My Twitter is Audi_3000. And yeah, that's my Twitter. So make sure that you follow me. And the boys, guys, give them your Twitters real quick while I find this real quick.
Spitfire 86 SPITZ people IRE 86.
And if you took the time out to follow them, you'll probably see me. But most importantly, follow down below at the Ambition Hour.
Make sure that you follow us on all social medias. Ambition Hour on Instagram and Twitter. And so I start off my tweets with saying, I can never understand women judging men based on the food they buy for them. You was just eating a 4 for $4. Now you're talking about you want a $30 meal. Can't stand y'all. I continue to say, if a dude wants to see you, it's because he wants to see you. He may want to fuck, but that's on you, queen. We complain about not getting attention from a dude, but then put a price tag on the attention. Make it make sense, Sway. I close it out.
How, Sway?
I close it out with, then again, a lot of y'all just entertaining dudes y'all don't even like. Respect your time more. So when it comes down to dating, if a girl were to tell you something like this, especially with the circumstances that he said, what as a man is your reaction to something like this?
All right. So the first part is just like, yo, can I come see you? Now, if the next response comes with something along the line of, are you going to bring me dinner or something like that? Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not. Like, my response back would be like, no, I'm not. Well, I'm not going to see you. Okay. That'll be my response back, and I'm not texting this person never again. Us like, males, we got to understand this, bruh. Like, it's a dirty game out here, you feel me? Like, it's... You know, it's broads out here that do that. You feel me? Like that's basically trying to check you to see if you're either dumb enough to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you feel me, they'll sit up there and respect the fact that you didn't take that bait, and then eventually you'll probably end up fucking them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually.
Hello.
You like, brother, play your cards right. You don't even have to explain about groceries and all. Bruh, why you even talking like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm no knock on him because he didn't I mean, it's still a knock on him, how I'm looking at it, because I'm like, bruh, you're trying too hard now. You feel me? Like, I would just, bruh, your best bet is going cold turkey. Like, all right, cool. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to tell you, like, you feel me? Like, what I'm doing with my money. If I got money, I can spend $30 on a meal or whatever. You feel me? But, bro, I choose not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never spend. Well, first of all, I would never spend $30 on a fucking, like, meal like that, bro. Unless we out on the beach and, yo, it's just like, yo,
but for a steak, you could spend $30 though.
We're all out together.
Okay, but
but just to bring you $30 of some shit. Just because I want to see you, you're fucking crazy.
You. Like, first of all, you're a grown-ass woman. I, being a grown-ass woman, I'm not waiting for nobody to bring me food. I'm not waiting for nobody to take, care of me in that sense. Because when a girl is hungry, a girl eats. And she will go and get her that $30 meal, too, if she needs it. What about you, Hav?
Just think that he needs to have a little bit more respect for himself.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro.
So it's funny because what you guys are seeing is that he gave too much information.
He just went in too much.
Because then I see it as he's right.
No,
like to me,
he's right, but
he's right, but also he played himself.
Thank you.
And like, she even took a screenshot of it, dog. You can't say nothing.
See, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
You see how you not gonna make me look dumb because I cut you off right then and there. You feel me? So you can't take it and be like, look what this square ass nigga said.
Look at this clown.
No, you got to sit there and evaluate yourself after I leave you a text message.
I mean,
bitch.
Was she right or wrong? I mean, like, yeah, like. That's a little way because he's just talking about hanging out, but this is obviously a girl who's not.
But it's a game, brother.
Listen, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game out here. He started over with that, and that's the key point.
Yeah, this is the key point that we're missing. We're missing the key point. It's a dirty game, and the way you play that situation is a game, because we're all out here, you know, like how you said, he probably was trying to fuck, sis, but that's on you, because we know homie was trying to fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she like trying to throw out there, yo, let me see if I can bait this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like with a $30 meal or whatever. You feel me?
Exactly.
And then you take it to the, I spent this and
Yeah,
whatever.
like this. You start doing the math with her and all that stuff.
Come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it though, cause he, but I get it, like, at least for Claudia saying it like that, because, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like nice that he is saying all that. You know what I mean? Because he's like, yo, I would, but look at all the shit I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or like what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I can't take you out, but also, no, go ahead.
No,
I'm a dog speak, man.
No, I'm saying, go ahead.
I want to hear your point.
No, all I was saying was like, do you think that's like sympathy?
Like he's saying that for sympathy.
That's why me and Hav are coming at that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's almost like you want the petty fuck.
Because at the end he's just like, can I see you?
Yeah, can I see you? And then now he's just like,
I might just spend $20 on your ass.
$20 of the $30 that I have. Like, bro, that's why I started with you need to have more self-respect for yourself, because like, Lord, literally,
because she luring you in,
yeah,
bro.
And like,
she almost got him.
Yeah, she getting him on the hook and hook, line, and sinker type shit, and he should like.
She's good.
Nah. Yeah, she's great.
She's good.
She's great.
She's good.
She's playing. She's a top 5 recruit out here.
Because she probably already got that meal and she posted that.
That's a McDonald's All American. She don't. She's tired of that meals.
Her percentage is pretty high.
Yeah. She must have a good free throw percentage.
I'm saying. Okay.
That's crazy, because there are dudes that if you were to tell them that, thinking that they're gonna fuck, they're gonna get the $30 meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why women do that.
Type shit. Yo, but like, first of all, like, damn, hoes is really giving it up for $30 meals. You know what I mean? Like,
it used to be 40 for the
but
pussy.
the thing is that
the pussy was $40.
Okay, so
the pussy used to be $40. It dropped to 30. The pussy dropped the deduction. Come on, how many years that took to go down to 30?
I can't stand you guys sometimes. This is why sometimes I'll be looking at shit and I'm like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this. But
my bad.
Okay,
gas got higher and pussy got lower. Something don't make sense.
It's not making sense right now.
Something ain't making sense. Something ain't adding up. It's like that little kid in Paw Paw, the little one who be doing the.
Yeah,
oh.
It's like him. He's doing the math. Like shit ain't adding up.
Bro, like
shit ain't adding up. He's sweating. Okay. So one of the things that I did see was that people were saying, like, does that make him broke? And it's like, nah, because my dog got his bills paid.
He's broke in self-confidence.
Thank you, Javier.
Yo, it's so funny how you guys are like tearing the dude down.
Because bro, listen, you gotta stop yourself from saying too much to these women.
No, because
screenshots is a bitch.
But okay,
well, not even the
I understand
screenshots.
that. Hold on, I understand that. I understand what both of you guys are saying, and I get it. And when I saw it, I didn't see him as looking as a weak man. Because if a man were to text me telling me that, I'll be like.
But you'll never.
But I would never tell him to get me a $30 meal.
See,
I would
that's
never
why.
be like.
That's why we coming at him like that.
That's why we coming at him, because we're trying to say you're not gonna come and play a game. He's playing that game.
Like I literally would be happy with you bringing me fucking French fries from McDonald's, and that's only if you're stopping there. If you're not even stopping there, I probably want to see you just as much as you want to see me.
All right,
because I'm not entertaining a dude that I don't fucking like. Like if you look at my phone, I'm not entertaining dudes. Like one, but like I'm not.
Hey, we heard the uno. We heard the uno. Solamente uno.
Stop! Y'all gonna make me get really, really awkward and shy. But like that's just the truth. You know what I mean? Like I'm not entertaining or going out of my way to talk to anybody, just anybody.
Yeah, but it's just it's like the pitch, the ball that she threw.
Yeah.
And this his timing on how he's trying to swing that thing is what we're saying, and also that it's not even so much that he explained himself, because that's all right. First of all, like you don't gotta explain yourself as a man, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we just say too much shit, or like sometimes we try to be too honest, whatever like that. But it's not even that. Let's put that to the side. It's about the last one. So can I still see you? Like now you just looking thirsty
because
out here.
She took him. Her response to him was what he should have did to her. Okay.
What do you mean? Okay?
This is a mic. It's been dropped. I guess when he said the whole thing about groceries, this, that, and the third, whatever. And she's just like, okay.
Because if she got groceries, he could make her something potentially, or there's something that could be whipped up if he brought groceries.
That was it, right?
She
that
said,
was,
okay, cool.
She's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. That should have been his shit. Just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she was very nonchalant, and she made it seem like, okay, cool, like. But then I guess he's trying to find out, like,
who's the Android user and who's not.
I'm just saying,
it might be him. He might be the Android
that's
user.
probably why this
So
is happening to
this
him.
is the main
I'm just
reason
sorry.
why
You
it's
Should have
happening.
started with that first. This fool does
It's
not
like, first
respect
of all-
himself.
Makes a lot of
First
sense
of all, you
now.
can't even see my text messages clearly, and your videos are a little.
This makes a lot of sense.
No
now.
wonder he wanted to see her. She got an iPhone. He was like, "Yeah,
One day we need to have like
fucked
we need
up
to
right
have
now.
a conversation about Android girls and iPhone girls or
people."
people.
People.
True.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's. I just think. Am I kind of crazy when I think a lot more women have like iPhones than like than men?
Yeah, cause man, sometimes we think we getting that technology shit off. Like, oh man, this shit could do so much shit,
Bruh, and I be trying to tell, like, some niggas, bro, I just be like, bro,
I could download the mixtape straight up. Yeah, she
Listen.
getting the virus, bro.
listen, bruh,
So-
she wants to see you.
So
Get your phone right.
On the FaceTime.
Bro, you can't even FaceTime with somebody that got a Samsung. How am I supposed to see you? You want me to download fucking, what is it?
WhatsApp?
Uvu?
Oh, download
Ovo?
it. Niggas be like, download this.
Bro,
They be like,
was it
okay, nigga, I ain't texting you back.
You remember that video or like a Zoom call? Like the
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, look, a Zoom.
call.
Zoom. It's called Zoom.
like for you, so I gotta download an app to talk to you
Nah.
through the phone type shit.
Yeah, bitches got that off with Snapchat, but that's about it.
Okay, so is there a specific cap when it comes to food? So because I said the whole
specific.
like a specific cap. Like for example,
There's no cap.
Not
No,
okay.
okay.
No, for example, I guess if you're gonna go out to eat with somebody, is there a specific price that you are not willing to pay more for the date? Like okay,
Like, it passes
like
the
I'm
bill.
not, yeah, I'm
I'm
not.
spending more than $60 tonight or some shit.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Because there's some dudes that they'll be like, oh, well, I'll take her here, but then they'll take like, I guess like a girl that they're not as interested in, or a girl that's
I
giving
get
it
what
up a
you're
little
trying to
bit more
say. I get what you're
easier.
trying to say
He's gonna like maybe just take her somewhere that's a little cheaper, a little 2 for $20.
Ain't no puns intended, but I plead the fifth.
I get that. Cause like I was gonna be like, man, no, man, what you mean? But now I kind of understand what you're saying.
Yeah, she broke that. She killed that. Broke that.
Yeah. She broke that shit down. Yeah, you're. I mean, yeah, you're right. You know, like I just don't, because if you think about it, bro, you feel me? And, you know, like, not every dude deserves to fuck you. You get what I'm trying to say?
But I never do deserves to take you out to dinner.
Well, yeah. That's why if they do take your ass out to dinner, they can spend as little as they want.
It depends on where you're going though too. You know what I mean?
You feel
Like
me?
you kind of have to set it up like that. Like you're gonna. There's certain restaurants that you go to like that you have to know. You know, as a restaurant connoisseur in the city of Miami, I know there's just certain spots, especially if you're thinking about budget, and it all depends on your budget, like on what you're trying to think of.
Right.
And plus, like if this is date 1, date 2, I mean maybe you have the rules a little flexible, but 3-4 times that you've been out, if you covering up the bill, she playing. You know what I mean? Like if she hasn't touched the thing once, you know, or been like nah, you know, like she playing. You know, like. We all got to play a role. We all judging each other here, right? Like kind of shit. Like you got to, you know, there's red flags that women can have, and there's red flags that males can have. You know what I mean?
Are we?
So like,
Are we paying on the first date?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so this is something that I wanted to speak on, and I kind of like wanted to break this down, and possibly you guys can go ahead and like let me know how you guys feel about this. But something that I've been thinking about, especially since there was a time in my life where I didn't have money. But now that I do have money, not saying that I'm balling, but I do
Moving on up.
I do have money. Your girl was broke. I couldn't even afford water. But pretty much what I wanted to express was, and
look at the water jugs now. I know you see us now. Look at the water.
Your girl's drinking a gallon a day. Okay, so something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, actually, especially with this conversation that came up on my timeline, was if you are dating, if you are going out to dinner, if you are this, as a woman, as a man, you should be able to pay for the entire meal or half of the meal or whatever it is. And that doesn't matter. Like, let's say I get invited on a date with a guy and he's inviting me out to dinner. And for me, I should be able to go to this dinner and, if anything, be able to pay for both of us. Or I shouldn't be going on the date. That's how I feel, because then now you're searching for someone to almost take care of you financially because you don't even have the money yourself. So how is it fair for you to even go on a date with somebody who, you know what I mean, who you don't, I'm not saying you guys have to be in the same financial like bracket or anything like that, but I feel like if you're going to go out somewhere, I just feel like that's how it should be.
That's a fact. I mean,
well said.
I think more women like you should speak out like that, because the ones that voice their opinion the most and get noticed a lot are the women that you know, the one right there, you feel me, type shit. And we don't really realize, bro, that like, man, it's not that many women that think like that.
Right.
It's probably even. You feel me?
Right, because I mean, there's guys looking for sugar mamas.
Yeah, like, so I
because I feel like the same thing, because a guy can literally invite a girl out on a date and then be like, oh shit, I forgot my fucking wallet, and then what are you gonna do if you don't got the money either?
Yeah.
Now you're over here, like, now y'all both stuck. What y'all gonna do?
Y'all gonna clean the dishes?
Like, what? Like, and I'm not saying that this is a situation that can happen, because of course, if a guy is inviting you, but you also have to remember, just like how there's women out there who are doing, like, looking for, there's also men out here who are going to pull that on you.
Yeah.
And it's just a fact. Like, they're gonna be like, oh damn, I forgot my wallet, can you pay for it? I got you. And you never hear from them again. Not saying that this has happened to me, I'm just saying,
I got a homeboy
I
that
done
did
heard
that.
some stories. I have definitely heard many a stories that are just not good and don't end well, and then the girl is just like on Instagram live crying. I made that up.
Damn. Oh, okay. I was like, dude, that sounded real. I was like, damn.
I don't have
was
friends.
on
I don't have
Instagram crying.
no. I don't
Tragedy.
have friends like that. I try
Yeah.
to associate with people that
That's
are,
a modern day
are going
tragedy
through
right
things
there.
Like that.
I just think people be playing themselves all the time. You feel me? Like with shit
Facts.
like that. You
In
feel
the
me?
good words of DJ Khaled, don't play yourself.
Facts.
Moving along, speaking on DJ Khaled, radio play, guys. As rappers, I want to know, is this important for you guys to be on radio? Like 99 Jams, 103.5 The Beat, what is it? I don't even listen to radio. Power 96, like, you know, those type of stations, or even like, you know, like nationwide. Is this something important for you guys?
No, not me. Specifically, I would I just need that organic listen. As long as I got like my core fans that are listening to me, I'm pretty solid with that.
My mindset has changed a little bit on it. I mean, like, honestly, like, I think that I want that. You know, even though it probably doesn't do anything, or, you know, like, people, you know, stream and all that stuff, I want that. I want to be able to turn the radio on. I'm in the middle of Milwaukee on the road. Oh shit, they playing my song. Oh, that's cool. You know, and
videos like that are always cool.
You know,
like when you see artists
keep on pushing. You know what I mean? So like, I used to not think that, you know what I mean? Or like, nah, you know, like, fuck the radio, you don't really need it and all that shit. But like, I don't know. Like, I want that. Like, even I changed my mind on the Grammy. Like, I want to chase that. Like, fuck it. You know, like, why not go for gold instead of, you know, like trying to be like realistic, or, you know, just feeling like some type of way. Or like, oh, you don't really need it, or that don't mean nothing. Like, yeah, it doesn't at the end of the day, but nah, I want that. You know, I want to chase that.
As a person who doesn't do music and as a music listener, I do not listen to the radio.
I don't either.
Yeah, therefore, for me, listening to or even having like my favorite artist on the radio doesn't really matter, because I'm still going to listen to the streaming services that I pay for. And I have a feeling that people do care about radio play, because obviously, just because I don't listen to radio, there's people who do.
Yeah.
Who just get in their cars, they're in traffic, they're on their, like, commuting, and they're not going to connect their phone. They're not going to go out of their way to make it that they can connect their phone to the thing, or even have a CD. I don't even know if people make CDs like that anymore.
And it's just safe, I think. You know, like, people could put that in the office.
Yeah,
you know,
the radio, because it
is
doesn't have the bad,
jams,
the bad
even
words
if it is
or
all
whatnot.
this stuff, you know. So like,
Yeah.
that could just be playing, you know, like, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the radio, I wouldn't listen to a lot of the songs that I knew, but that's also just in the era that I grew up in.
Yeah, and also, my bad.
Oh no, I was just gonna say because there wasn't no like like there wasn't no streaming services or anything like that.
We had LimeWire. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we was just bootlegging shit off the internet, like real talk. So
no, what I was gonna say is like, oh man, I think I forgot my point. But it's just some shit with like the radio and shit like that. Like you don't really need that. I don't know. Like I think it's I don't even listen to it, but I still will wanna. Damn, I forgot what really was the point. I wanted you to get your point off, but like yeah, like I think it was like something like. You just get like, oh man, I'm just freestyling right now. You just get on the radio and then, and then
people hear your shit.
Well, yeah. I mean,
no. I'm in the business of being accessible to the consumer in any single way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like my shit's on Apple, my shit's on Tidal, my shit's on YouTube, my shit's on SoundCloud. Like wherever you want to listen to Hav, you can listen to me. Yeah, so like that's kind of like what I want. So like, why not? Why close off that lane of the radio? You know what I mean? Like that's still listeners, that's still people.
And I think that counts towards your numbers.
That does count. You know what I mean? So like
radio plays.
Yeah. So I just feel a little bit like that. Like, yeah, like I'm in the business to be as easy to consume for the consumer as possible.
Yeah. So last week I spoke on how I got Tidal, and I found out this week that Tidal pays out artists more. Yeah. And so I just wanted to tell all the listeners.
Them and Napsters. And Napster.
I just wanted to tell all the listeners out there that know local artists or that listen to the local artists here on WTW Radio or WTW TV. Well,
I'm just kidding.
Whatever. They're not local artists, you guys. They're independent artists. Independent artists, they get more payout when they are streamed. Their music is streamed on Tidal and like how Hav said on Napster. So go ahead and listen to your friends' music or other people's music that you just know that they're not huge or whatever, and just listen to their stuff on those type of streaming services. Something that I did want to point out is that SoundCloud is cool and all, but I'm going to check Apple and Tidal before I'm going to check SoundCloud. And if you're not on those things, I just feel like SoundCloud is just bootleg. Sorry, I know we're on SoundCloud. But that's just how I feel about it.
Shout out to you if you listen to it on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
too.
If you listen to us on SoundCloud, shout out.
The views of the Ambition Hour podcast are not the views of, but I'm kidding, of Worth the Wait Dawn. But like, yeah, like I just think that, SoundCloud is for who's on there.
Well, like yeah, YouTube. But the thing is that like today, I'm not going to say the artist, but this is a very, very big artist, and I wanted to listen to their stuff, and then it was only on SoundCloud. And it's just like, bruh. You're fucking so-and-so. Your shit's not like, why am I on SoundCloud looking for your shit? But then I was looking for Ashes to Ashes, the Rick Ross mixtape. Yeah. And I didn't find it on SoundCloud. And I was looking for other stuff and I didn't find it on SoundCloud. And
that's like that Piff shit. And the same thing even with that Piff, like that shit should be on there too. Like the mixtape site, like fuck it. Like it's not what it once was back then, but motherfuckers still use it. Like just like YouTube. Like I don't go to YouTube and listen to music.
Somebody does.
I do. I go to YouTube if I can't find it on Tidal, Apple, SoundCloud, Spotify.
Yeah,
if I
just
can't
type
find
that Rick Ross Ashes to Ashes, it'll pop right up.
Yeah, I didn't do it this morning. And on the topic of Rick Ross, because I did finish his book. Shout out to his book Hurricanes. It's a memoir. It's a very good book. It's actually an autobiography of his, and I wanted to go ahead and express I guess just like how I felt reading the book.
Gratitude for
I
Ricky Rose.
Yeah, I like, okay, so I've always been a fan of his as long as I can remember, and I've always held him at a very high stature, especially being from Miami and just seeing the growth of who he has become, and to then like listen to his book and to just take in and all of the stories that he blessed us with in that book. There was some stories that I was like blown away. Like there's some stories of like when he first met Kanye, conversations that he's had with Kanye West, conversations he's had with Jay-Z. One of my favorite stories is when he speaks on like Trick Daddy. And not in a bad way, but what he was basically saying was like, Trick Daddy was rapping about a specific thing that it was just like geared towards what Miami lifestyle was. And like, but Miami lifestyle that is like in the hood, like in the projects and stuff like that. So what Rick Ross was saying was just like, I didn't want to rap what he was rapping about because I didn't want to be rapping about the Dickie outfit that I wanted to wear. I want to talk about what I was going to wear at the Met Gala. So his way of like manifesting what he wanted was through his raps. So then that's why I like to say that he's like a luxurious rapper, because he talks that talk of like luxury, and you feel like you're just in like You got diamonds on you when you're listening to him or something like that.
I think he said during that Wade shit that him and Wade did an interview for GQ. Was
so good.
Was something that was like, it made a lot of sense. And I think this is kind of like what Claudia's saying, because he was like, every single song is like a scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to fit the scene. And like, even in the album's the whole movie. And if it doesn't fit the scene, then it doesn't make sense and all this shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, because he is very descriptive of his shit. You know what I mean? And then that luxury shit too. You know, like that just makes sense. You know, and kind of like he decided, you know, like what we was talking about yesterday, like, well, who he is and who he isn't. Mm-hmm. You know, so. And
he also shares, there was a couple of stories that I was very surprised that I didn't know that I didn't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there was some that it was just like, damn, like I never knew that this ever happened to him. Around one of my favorite albums, God Forgives I Don't, I didn't know that he was going through, that's when he was having the seizures the most and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like I remember that time in hip hop and I remember that time in history, but looking back and like listening to the book, I'm like, damn, like that's crazy, because I met him around that time when God Forgives I Don't came out. It's one of my favorite albums. And also like even because he was giving specific he was giving specific dates on some of the occurrences that were happening in his life, and it was like June 10th, June 7th, and I'm like, that's around my birthday. I'm always like crazy about my birthday. So when I hear dates around my birthday, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. They weren't very good occurrences, but it's just it was just a really good book. He is now a New York Times bestseller. So yeah, so shout out to Rick Ross for being a New York Times bestseller. The book has been out. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, the book has been out for like a week and a day, or like let's say it's been out for a week and he's already a New York Times bestseller. I was very excited for the book. I pre-ordered it, so as soon as it dropped, it was in my phone. Yes, I listen to audiobooks, guys. I listen to audiobooks because I like hearing words instead of seeing them sometimes. So if you guys like reading books, or if you like listening to books, you know, just go ahead and pick up that book. And yeah, so shout out to Ross. Hav did speak on the Wade, the one-on-one that him and Wade did, and it was really, really good. Finished it last night. Learned a lot. Appreciated Miami a lot more, especially since I grew up basically seeing what Dwayne Wade did as well. Yeah. And it was cool to see that the rise of both of them was basically around the same times.
Yeah, and almost the rise of the city. You know how the city has completely changed and how downtown changed. Like Wade even acknowledging that and seeing that as a player. I mean, like, we sometimes forget that these athletes, you know, they actually like live in the city. You know what I mean? And not saying, you know, of course we embraced Wade, we love Wade, you know, like it is Wade County to this date. But
yeah, but he living in this bitch.
But yeah, like him just seeing and noticing that, like, because of like even all the changes that happened with Overtown, and they talked about like the whole Wynwood area, and like shit was different, bro, and shit did change when we started winning more chips. It's just
Fizzac. Oh, so you saw it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite thing? I'm over here telling you gotta watch it. You ain't tell me that you watched it.
I literally watched it like in the in between time of all this while I was eating.
No shit.
My favorite part. I think it was a little bit about them learning about what the best part that they learned as parents. I don't know. It's just kind of just. It's just cool, and it's just like it's good.
That was a good one.
And I really liked, because what I got from it was like just like how you lead different. You parent different. You know, you gotta lead. Everybody can't be lead the same, you know, like led the same, like type shit. So I was like, I just picked that up because, especially, you know, with my team's strong, but I also got to lead, you know. So
I can't specifically remember, but I remember one of my favorite things was hearing I guess that towards the end of it, Ross says something that I can't remember it, and I don't want to butcher it, but I just remember hearing that last part of their conversation and just being really, really inspired on that. And I think it had to do with Miami, but it was like a little bit right before it. And but like you said, the whole thing about the parenting and like that changing. And
spoiler alert, Spitz. You should watch it.
And even
but I hate when someone says that.
And even like the whole when Wade asked him about the dating.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
What?
Like, you should watch it. Like, damn, giving me this task to do. You know?
Like, no, well, not that. I hate the spoiler alert shit.
Oh, the spoiler alert.
Like, bro, like.
Do you know who's the biggest spoiler alert? Fucking Twitter. Because I didn't know shit about the book, but I would find out about it because of fucking Twitter. I don't, like, there's certain shows that.
I give a rat's ass about a spoiler alert because, like, if you tell me something that's interesting,
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you spoiled it or
It's,
not.
it's kind of like when they
Like, I'm gonna watch it.
when they post the clips and it's like, damn man, now I gotta watch this shit.
Yeah.
Like they did that shit with the Knucklehead podcast, or that's how I watched that whole Gilbert Arena shit. Oh yeah, I did want to say this because I learned this week that this is fucking crazy, man. Kobe Bryant, my favorite player.
Yo, Kobe Bryant is a fucking psycho,
Who
he's
just-
the best in the world.
Who just proved himself again to me why he's my favorite is that
Facts.
Michael Jordan once upon a time, you know, they played when they was in
He
when,
finna tell the story.
when he was in Washington or whatever, such like that. I got about 20 minutes. Let me get the shit off. In Washington, and then Kobe was rocking the 8s that game. The Wizards end up taking the game, and Michael Jordan told Kobe Bryant at the end of the game, "You could have the shoes on, but you never feel them.
Never feel them, motherfuckers."
My bad. I thought you was gonna take it over.
No,
So-
go ahead.
so-
I was just backing you, baby.
okay,
Backing you.
all right. Appreciate that, D-Fish. All right, so that
No, you didn't call me D-Fish.
Damn.
I'm fucking with you.
I'm
with
Shaq,
But
nigga. Go
D-
ahead.
we don't hate each other. No, kidding.
Damn. D-Fish is a good player.
So like, and he stayed down with Kobe almost through his whole career.
Facts.
That's a fact.
But
You can wear the shoes,
You
but
can
you
wear
can never
shoes
feel
and
them.
never fit him. So Kobe went on a silent spree. He didn't talk to nobody. 2 weeks. For a whole 2 weeks, he didn't speak to nobody. Players asking, this is how Gilbert Arenas, I'm paraphrasing, of course. He was like, damn. Well, you know, they asked Phil, like, what we do? Kobe ain't, you know, did we do something to Kobe? And he's like, well, Michael told him.
Well, you know, Michael told me.
Yeah, you know, Michael told him. And then the fucking Wizards come and guess what my dog did? You guessed it. He fucking dropped 55 points.
You're
that
right,
game.
folks.
You're right, folks. He fucking dropped 55 points. I hella peaked that. We're going to clean it up. But, yeah, he dropped 55 points that next game.
Fix.
And then this whole thing that happened during this weekend was so well during this week with I love his daughter's facial expression. That's who I was looking at the most. With the fourth place thing on the
She had the biggest smile.
no, she did.
No. Like,
He was like-
no. The first picture, the first one.
Oh, I only saw the one where she's smiling.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, because he posted another one because all the backlash he
all
got.
the backlash. Yeah, but then I like what he did. Not that he cleaned it up, but he was like, "Yo, I also did a dance recital too." You know what I mean? Like I did like a dance thing too. Like
I don't think nothing he said was wrong. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was all in fun.
Yeah,
you
I
know
thought
what
it
I
was
mean?
It's
Like
funny too.
I thought it was
But-
really
like,
funny.
oh, you see where her head's at. You know what I mean? Like that's funny. You know what I mean?
It's so Kobe.
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
why.
Like,
Like,
it's on brand.
but
You know what I mean? Like
since he has haters and people
Yeah.
like really think that he's a bad person,
No.
bro, they took it like out of context.
It's
bro.
not even haters. It's just the internet. It's people on the internet who just want to talk about something and something negative about somebody. And they
Right.
want to jump on whatever is trending on Twitter. They want to jump on whatever is trending on social media so that way they can get retweeted. That way they can get noticed. Oh, because they fucking think that them talking all this outlandish ass shit, that fucking Kobe's gonna see it. Of course
Yeah.
Kobe's gonna fucking see it, but he's not gonna retweet you or he's not gonna reach out
But
to
the
you
crazy-
and be like, yo, I saw what you said about me, though. I
well,
gotta
this
talk
post,
to you.
well, this post kind of justifies them. 'Cause
But
they're
the
like, I
listen.
made him post that video of his recital.
But the crazy part about it is he posted that to
Young
show like, yo, look, this is how they were because
Yeah.
this past weekend they beat that team. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't want fourth place. So what he did was, if you guys know any fucking thing about the backstory, he asked them, yo, what do you want to do with these
Oh yeah.
the trophies? They're like, throw them in the garbage. Like they always fucking pissed people. Like they were,
Yeah.
they wanted
was
to
all
fucking
mad.
throw their trophies in the garbage. So they took the picture or whatever. So he was like, I played into it too. Like, yo, fuck it. I'm mad. I'm fucking just as mad as them.
yeah,
Like,
because people don't see that.
right.
Yeah, they don't know.
And guess what? They fucking beat that team by yo, how much they beat them by, bro? They beat them by like fucking 49 points, bro. Like they beat the shit out of that team, bro. Like, wait, no, they didn't beat them by 49 points. They beat them by way more than that. They scored like 100 and something to like
Kobe's team?
Yes, nigga.
Oh man.
Yes. That's what people are not understanding, bro. Like, they didn't recently lose, dummies. Sorry to call people. I'm not. I apologize.
He's not talking to our listeners.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He is talking to the people on
that are
the social media sites
Yeah.
who are not speaking very well of one of the greatest
the
players of
the-
all
the
fucking
fucking
time.
goat, man.
It's
The
call
goat,
a spade a
man.
spade. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Like
That's
yeah.
a goat walking.
But like that picture
And
is
I'm
not
feeling
recent.
Like a goat when I walk through.
It like so like for you to think, you know what I'm saying, like he's being like, yo, bro, like like, you know what I'm saying, that person went to that dance recital, okay, you know what I'm saying, maybe that person was on the team when they beat the fucking team by like 100 and to fucking like dog. I think it was like 29. I think they had 29, bro. They had 29, bro. It was like 100 and something to 29, bro. You get me what I'm saying, bro? Like, so now, like, he made them like, yo. So when you go to sleep and you wake up, you see that 4th place trophy, and like, yo, that's not you.
That's not
like,
you
use
type
that
shit.
failure as, you know what I'm saying, inspiration. You feel me?
Mhm.
So you motherfuckers is taking that shit. Like, they won a championship, you dummies. You feel me? Like, so obviously that mentality that he gave them worked. You get me what I'm trying to say? Because they won a championship.
Mama mentality.
You feel me? He was just trying to show you, like, you know, like what led up to them, you know what I'm saying, winning that 100 and something, you know, to fucking 30 or whatever, or close to 30. You feel me? So, like, the backlash that he gets, bro, it's like, it's fucking erroneous. So I pulled that out there. It's erroneous. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but
Good words, Spitz.
before we move on to the next topic, I just want to appreciate all comedians because I try to use the same joke as I did yesterday, and it didn't land. And I try to even tell the same story as it once was. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
It'd
like,
be like that.
you know, like saying it again and like reciting it. So just shout out to all the comedians out there. We appreciate you. We know one personally, plus, you know, and like just could be funny with the same shit in a different crowd in a different scenario.
Yo, shout out to Mike, too.
Yeah, shout out to Mike.
He's funny.
Shout out to the GOAT, Dave Chappelle, as well. Moving on.
Okay, so this past week, well, it was Wednesday. It was 9/11. And I don't want to talk too much about it because it wasn't something that I wanted to bring up, but I did want to talk about it now that I'm like, now that we're here. I did want to talk about it because it's been 18 years since 9/11 has happened. And I just want to first send my condolences out to all the family members that lost anybody, family members, friends, co-workers, whichever, whoever, because there was so many people that we lost during that time, that day. And I feel like ever since then, America just hasn't been the same. And I also I also feel as a 12-year-old who was watching the planes crash onto a TV, I haven't been the same. I feel like I've been traumatized because of what I saw as a kid and seeing like something so big. Like I remember seeing the Twin Towers like not too earlier. And then for me to see, and then to see it happen, and then to see how everybody was reacting, and then like people going home early from school, and just all of these things. And so I don't want to forget that this is something that has happened in American history. And so I did want to send out my condolences. Unfortunately and fortunately, September 11th is also a very historic date in hip-hop and hip-hop releases. So on September 11th, also 18 years ago, on the very same day, Jay-Z dropped The Blueprint.
And Fab dropped Street Stock.
I'm sure he did.
His debut album.
I don't remember that one. But
shout out to my Fab fans
shout
out
out to Fab for that one.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't.
She's like, I bet he did.
I bet he did. But we're not talking about that one.
About
We're
him.
definitely
We're
talking
not
about
talking
Blueprint.
about that one. All right,
Nah, but shout out, but shout out to Fab for that.
You
though.
guys-
Because he did
Real
do
shit.
it, and exactly he did get.
You know,
he
now
did-
that you mentioned that, I remember that happening because I remember the releases that were happening that day. I remember that. So yeah.
Oh, you gotta remember.
I do, because you said that and I remembered, but I didn't remember yesterday
Yeah.
when I was posting the albums that came out yesterday. But yeah, so Blueprint came out and
It's not a classic. It's okay.
but yeah, so it came out and I saw on a list that Blueprint is actually Jay-Z's best album. And I don't know how good I feel about that because Reasonable Doubt is. So, but Blueprint gave us a lot of really good a lot of good songs. It has Song Cry, it has You Don't Know, it has Girls, 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 it has Izzo, it has Renegade.
The Watcher is one of my favorites.
It has a lot of really good songs.
That's with him and Dr. Dre and damn, what's his name? How am I being like this?
Rakim?
There you go.
But no, that's Blueprint too.
Yeah. It's definitely
Head
not.
boy. That's Blueprint.
Oh, I thought that
too.
was on the one.
Nah, that's on two.
Yeah, all
bro.
right.
No,
So it's
oh,
The Ruler's
that's my
Back.
shit.
Take over. I have a really funny story real quick. So when I went to a Jay-Z concert, there was, because like Jay would ask the crowd like, oh, what song y'all want me to do next? And there was a dude that was standing around in my section and he'd be like, take over. And he would scream that shit at the top of his lungs. And best believe Jay-Z did not do that. I mentioned Izzo, Girls, 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 Jigga, that You Don't Know, Hola Jovito, Heart of the City, Never Change, Song Cry, All I Need, Renegade, Blueprint, Lyrical Exercise. And yes, so 18 years ago, this classic album dropped.
Shit.
I, all day yesterday while I was listening to the album, was like, I can't believe people are really trying to cancel this man. Because
They really trying to cancel him?
We don't gotta talk about that. So Blueprint, what's the best song on there to you guys?
to me, my favorite is Song Cry. Like,
What about you, Spitz?
since yesterday, I've heard that song probably 100 times.
I probably would have to say Song Cry as well then. Because, like I said, like,
My shit.
I mean, I really didn't pay too much attention to it until, like, I heard that damn Watcher. I swore
Which is
that was the
on
one.
Blueprint.
I swore that was the one that you can see, people.
Bro,
I
we
was like,
already
yo,
told you it's not on there.
listen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
He's-
Watcher? Forget about it. Oh, so we talking about one.
Well,
I
you
think
don't
it's-
know.
I think it's
You don't
Song
know
Cry.
my favorite song. I think
think
that's
it's
one
Song
of
Cry.
The
Jay-Z's
beat,
best songs.
yeah, that's one of Jay-Z's
Yeah.
best songs. That what? Techno music. Oh man.
And
I
I don't
fucks with
know.
that song.
I don't know, man. I don't know if
You
it's
don't
my-
know?
Wait, huh? I don't know. I don't know if that is his best album. You feel what I'm saying? Like, not saying that it isn't, but like I don't know. Or my favorite album, I should say. Excuse me, I misspoke. That I think that my favorite album from Jay, because I really do like the Black Album.
I was going to say that. That's my favorite album from him. That's the one I actually bought.
Like I really do like
Like-
that one. Like I go back to that one. The beats on there are fire. His
Yeah.
flow on there, and I just
Yeah.
love the one that he got his December 13th.
Yeah,
his birthday.
that's
Fourth,
yeah.
December 4th.
Yeah, 4th.
I know someone that birthday is December 13th. I think. Anyways, December 4th, and yeah. So I think that's probably one of my favorite ones from
The
Jay.
beat selection on the Black Album was crazy. Though,
Well,
so,
because we
for fucking sure.
we were told that it was his last album, so I
Yep.
dropped the Black Album and then
Yeah, but like not even in the time. 'Cause,
99
like,
Problems.
Yeah,
Like,
not even
yeah.
in the time though, because when I went
shoulders.
back to it, when I went back to it, I
Public
just, like,
service announcement.
Public
My
service.
fault.
We can go all day.
There's a bunch there's honestly a lot on that Black Album that I really do enjoy. You know, American Gangster would be another one that I'll put up there. Reasonable
that's up there,
Doubt,
that's up there
of
too.
course.
Reasonable
you know.
Doubt, I say for me is number one. Number two would be American Gangster. I would say. I don't want to say the other ones because I don't have a specific order, but those two, yeah. Because also the thing with me is that Reasonable Doubt holds a very special place in my heart because Reasonable Doubt is an album that I notice that whenever I listen to it, the amounts of times that I've been listening to it, especially this past week, because I got title, but I know that when I want to listen to it a lot like this, it's because my life is going into a shift. Because I remember when I was losing the 50 pounds a couple of years ago, I will listen to Reasonable Doubt every single day, and my life completely transformed from that moment on. And I noticed that it's been something that's been very consistent in my life, that when I decide that I want to listen to Reasonable Doubt a lot, that it's just like a really good shift in my life is coming. So I'm feeling it.
Reasonable Doubt is his best album.
Yeah, I did.
But my favorite album is the Blue
That's
Album.
hard.
The Black Album?
The Black Album, yeah, for sure.
My favorite one but his best. No. Well, yeah, go check out that freestyle by Spitz, Feeling It, because that's a dope ass shit. And we did a video to it too. That his best album artistically is Reasonable Doubt. But I could see why, or my favorite, I think it is still Blueprint though.
Blueprint?
Yeah,
or
because
Black?
of
Blueprint.
not like
Yeah. I'm ready to walk it back, basically.
yeah.
Like I think that.
I think
Blueprint
a
one-
lot of like hip hop people
That-
bit off a lot of that music from
And
that
that's also
Blueprint. For sure.
where we were introduced to Kanye.
That's where
as a producer.
Yeah.
One of the first, a couple of his first placements. Not only that, I mean, him and Just kind of basically made that album.
Yeah, him just
You got
Blaze.
girls on there. You know, that's one of that's.
Oh, okay, yeah, girls,
You know,
girls.
Just
Hold
to
on.
shut up, a holla. Dog, I was listening to that shit all day yesterday. Cause I'm
Heart of the City,
Heart of the City.
Hola
Ain't no
Jovito,
love,
Takeover,
Heart of
the
City.
Rule is Back. That's one of my favorite songs by Jay. You know, like the Rule is Back. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, y'all probably know me, but Renegade. Yeah, that's the one with M. I mean,
God said that was his favorite song.
Hey, no, but I think you're right though, cause like
but
I think it did its best out of all of them.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like radio play wise and all of that, it had the best run. That's why they excuse me, sorry. That's why they say it's the best album. Artistically, how you're saying, any and everybody will say Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, because that was some other shit too, you know. And then you had the cover work, and that was that first like mafioso rap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't know. Yeah, so like I see that, and I think Jay even put his Reasonable Doubt as his number one.
I mean, it is.
So,
on the same day, 12 years ago, Graduation came out.
Right.
Completing the trilogy that Kanye West was doing.
The remarkable trilogy. I don't think that ever be. I don't
there
think
will never
be another one the
one
same.
like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, one that comes
from
close
Dropout to late
Dropout,
registration to graduation. Oh my gosh. Yo, goosebumps, man. Damn. It's crazy.
It's a really good album. And I remember 12 years ago going to the store and buying that shit. Also, what was happening 12 years ago was him and 50 Cent battling it out.
Is there a boo button on here?
Nah, we ain't gonna boo 50, but I'm just saying, yo, you played yourself.
Well, that album deserves a boo.
You played yourself.
And it was pretty much like a battle royale between two rappers. And
cover of the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, well, we all know who ended up winning, which was Kanye West.
By a landslide,
yeah,
niggas.
Kanye West won with over 300,000 more record sales than
it was like
Curtis.
He sold this nigga Kanye in the first week sold 950,000.
Yeah, and then 50 did like 600 something like that.
Crazy.
For me, I wanted to go ahead and say that I remember hearing about Can't Tell Me Nothing in the line at graduation, and I'm pretty sure that I spent my graduation money to buy Graduation because I graduated the same year. Shout out to class of 07 if you were listening. Thank you for tuning in. And we appreciate you. But yeah, so Graduation was a very good album. My favorite song, I'm going to go ahead and say it, is Flashing Lights. I'll never forget how I felt when I first heard that song and the bars that he says in that whole thing. Like, I just don't understand how, like, he is just a fucking genius. And then the instrumentation that he used and, like...
But she believe in shooting stars.
But she believe in shoes and cars. Trips to Florida. What is it that he says? How he's
order the hors d'oeuvres. Yo.
From a page of your favorite author. And the weather's so breezy. Man, why life
can't always be this easy.
She in the mirror dancing so sleazy.
I get a call like what
are you Yeezy? Where you at? How he gonna stay?
I kind of listen to that like every day. How he gonna
stay faithful in a room full of hoes?
I'm saying though.
Every time I hear that bar, I'm like, how, Sway?
Wait till I get my money.
That one too, man.
Forget about it, people.
So I parallel what?
What I parallel?
I love all those songs.
Old folks talking about.
Back in my day.
My bad.
But homie, this is my day. Class started 2 hours ago. I can't even say it right.
Sorry,
am I late? I got too excited. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all better be reciting my bars like this.
Sorry.
Yo,
Kanye, we better get a check, dog.
Yeah, The Glory is one of my favorite joints on there.
The Glory is a really good song too. That's another one of my favorite ones too is I Wonder.
Ones that y'all...
Well, no, one of my favorite ones as well is I Wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's top.
Do you remember
that's top
what
on me.
The issue is?
So is that his best album? Is that Kanye's best album?
The Homecoming is hard on there. Honestly, for me, it's for my I would say my Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Mine, I would say it would be Graduation. But the thing is
but it's up there though. The Graduation is up there with me.
But also, College Dropout just has a special place in my heart because it introduced me to him, and I remember just being completely obsessed with that album. But Graduation would be one of my top. Would be the top one.
It should be personally, if you want me to be honest. I have a connection with my Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's probably why.
You had a fantasy and it was dark around that.
Well, no. It's just it helped me through the time that I was going through something. So you know what I'm saying. It's my top. Sorry, I should have enjoyed.
You could have just.
That's how, you know what,
And you
know
literally
what-
could have said, "Yeah, I was going through a dark time," and like went on with the joke, but still told the truth.
You know what? That's how I feel, and that's why I always defend Nothing Was the Same. Was because with that album, like it holds something for
Y'all
me.
gotta take the emotion away because I honestly.
Music is emotion.
What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, but music, you have to just look at objectify like a little bit different. I don't know, cause bro, I'm honestly ready to say, what have I? You know me. What album would I have said?
You
Yeah.
808.
Right now I'm ready. Right now I was ready to start. I was gonna say Graduation, but honestly, maybe Late Registration is his best album.
Dog, Late Registration has We Major.
Touch the Sky.
Touch the Sky.
That
Heard
shit
him.
has Heard
Heard him say. Crack
Bring
me.
Me
Oh, I don't really
Down.
bring me
Bring Me
down.
Down.
Addiction.
Oh,
Celebration. Diamonds.
Damn,
The
son.
remix.
Oh.
Gone. Late. Now this right here is classic.
Oh.
That you know what?
Man.
Yeah.
I
All right.
felt something in my spirit just hearing that.
So like that's why I'm ready to say maybe Late Registration is his best album. You know, or
Yeah.
I'm
subjective.
Yeah.
is his best album. Maybe we put Graduation right there, then Dark Twisted, but those are always like two ones that you could flip and flop. I feel like those are justifiable to say that Graduation, you know, like I feel like that's a great debate. That album versus that album, you know, and then I would say, you know, like, you know, then you have I would put College Dropout, then 808s, even though I personally like my personal favorite, yeah, it's probably it, but has always been 808s.
Look at that guy.
Yeah. has always been 808s. But I honestly think that Graduation album is probably his best body of work.
I can agree because especially I was listening to the album yesterday and just
But the emotions.
I mean,
I'm
well,
just
the
kidding.
thing
you were
is,
saying that, but
No,
nothing
no,
was the
no.
same.
Well, no.
That is his best.
well, yeah, that
like,
to
like
me, if we look at what his discography, of course,
Yeah.
you look at Graduation, and I feel like it was a perfect
Ending.
not a perfect ending. I would say it was a perfect length. Because with College Dropout and
It
with Late
wasn't all long.
Registration, both of those were very long. They were like almost 20 tracks.
Yeah, the
Nothing
Spitz
wrong
on
with
there.
that because both of the albums stand very good on their own.
Yes.
But if you look at Graduation, he gave us a more condensed album with a lot more quality music. Not saying that those other albums didn't, but like
he
you
hit
were,
more
yeah,
on
but
Graduation.
But you were naming some of the songs that were on Late Registration, and let's say if he would have just came out with those songs specifically, maybe Late Registration would have held a lot more weight against Graduation. But once you look at Graduation and the essence of what it was and the numbers that it did when it was going up against somebody who was trying to take him out, and you put that into play and you put that into, you know, him and the songs that he just came out with and the inspiration and just like where he took it and where music went after
Facts.
Graduation happened, you cannot deny that it's a staple in hip hop and in hip hop history. So congratulations to Graduation for having come out.
Gotta remember, like when
12
you
years ago.
remember when we were speaking about that and we were like, yo, 50 was like, oh, you know, he's battling him or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like you and I, our thoughts was just like, hold on, motherfucker, you're not finna Ja Rule my
Yeah,
dog.
you ain't gonna Ja Rule my dog.
You're not
I
Ja
went to
Rule.
the store to buy the album that
Specifically,
day.
player,
Specifically, so
you
50
fucked up.
wouldn't win.
50, you fucked up because you went too hard at Ja, and then you had like actual like Kanye fans thinking like, yo are you
Yeah,
what?
You're not
you're
gonna
not
do
finna
that.
do that to him. Like, so you made
Not
people
to
that
Ye.
probably would have bought the album like later on.
Not to
buy
Ye,
it the same
who
way.
fucking rapped with his mouth wired shut.
Facts.
You ain't gonna do that to him. You
No, it
ain't gonna
wasn't
do that
happening.
to him. I'm sorry.
Wasn't
I'm very passionate. I'm like sweating. We're talking about my favorite subject ever. So
yeah,
like hip hop.
that shit is
I'm
hard.
like way too excited. Oh, before we close the episode. So okay. Congratulations and everything to the 12 years and the 18 years of two very legendary albums. Like how we're gonna give an honorable mention to Fab's album that was also released 18 years ago. But I did want to say, Rick Ross has 10 albums, and he, out of the 10 albums, only one of them is platinum, which is Port of Miami. Now, I love giving advice to artists that listen to the show, people that are on social media and all this stuff. And one of the things that I do want to tell you is that you do not need a plethora of #1 platinum albums. What you need is one album that's going to take your legacy on for the rest of your career, and is going to give you the and then you also need the resilience to be able to continue to bring that and give us the music, because if he was able to drop 10 albums and only one of them was platinum, and he continued to put out very good quality music, that means that for him, it's not just about the money, and it's not about being #1. For him, it's more about putting out quality music and making sure that what he's putting out is good for him. And he hasn't changed with the times. He's changed the times for him, and he's become the artist that he is. And not only has he been able to maintain a career where he has dropped 10 albums, but if you look at the business ventures that he's in, that's something that has allowed him to also live the luxurious life that he lives today. If you look at what he has done with Wingstop, if you look at what he has done with Checkers, then you can, and even with Bel Air, you can see that yes, he is a rapper, but he has also taken that money that he's made with rap. That's why he has that thing called the album called Deeper Than Rap, because it is deeper than rap. Like, what he's doing is like, oh, I just remembered the whole thing, because he spoke about retirement in the interview with Wade. I'm not going to spoil it, but he did say something very, very, I'm not spoiling it, but he did say something very, very important when it came down to that, because for him, it's just like, I can't stop this because I just never know when my next best thing is going to come. Like, for him, it's kind of like, I don't know if I retire today, if tomorrow I come up with one of my best songs ever. And then what? I'm not going to drop it because I'm retired? Nah. So I just wanted to go ahead and point that out. Another thing that I wanted to say before we close it out is, man, I just want to say thank you again to everybody. I try to do this every, like, the 5 increments of episodes. I just want to say thank you to everybody. But I also just want to say that throughout life, there's going to be times where you're going to be so low in your life that you don't know if you're ever going to get out of that hole. You never know that when you're going to be able to just be able to come up for breath. And there's going to be times where there's going to be people that are going to tell you, and there's going to be even yourself in your mind, you're going to tell yourself multiple times that you don't deserve to go and chase your dreams. There's going to be people that are going to tell you the same thing. There's going to be times where you're so fucking broken that you don't know how or where you're going to end up. And I just want to let you guys know that I have been there before. I have been broken. I have been broke. I have been completely lost. I remember being so sad at one point in my life that I had no idea how I was going to get out of that misery. There was times that I felt like I couldn't breathe this life that I had, because there was so much that was fucking like drowning me. I was drowning in resentment. I was drowning in depression. I was just drowning. Like, I could not reach up for air at all. And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm just living the best life that I possibly can. I am chasing my passion.
Fuck with you niggas.
I'm living my passion, and I'm living exactly what it is that I saw myself doing when I was 12 years old. And it took me almost, I would say, like 10 years for me to actually accomplish this. And now I've been able to do 85 episodes. And this isn't something that, like, I just do for shits and giggles. Like, this is something that I am very passionate about, and I do see myself doing for a very long time. So if you, for any doubt, like if for any second you have doubt about what it is that you want to do in your life, then you need to get out of that, and you need to allow yourself to see your world bigger, so that way you can expand, that way you can grow, that way you can step into the shoes that God has for you, and step into the greatness that is for you. Because just because you see us on here, and because you see them doing their music stuff, and you see us like worth the wait, and like we're very passionate, y'all think that this was easy. It wasn't. If you would have seen us almost 2 years ago, we didn't know that this was going to be what it is today. But guess what? We stayed through it. We continue to stay consistent. We continue to put out content every single Saturday. Like, you know what I mean? And for free. No one's paying us to do this. But you know what? We believe so much in this vision that it doesn't even matter. We're just going full force with it, and we're going like head first towards our fucking vision. And I just wanted to share that because I just feel that it's very important, because I want you guys to also understand that, man, I don't know where you are in your life, but I know where I am in my life, and I know where I was. And I know that I don't want to go back to that. So that's why I'm here today, 85 episodes in, doing what it is that I'm doing, because I ain't going back to that. Like, I ain't going back to average. Like, I'm not going back to that. I'm way too fucking great, and I see way too much in my future to go back to that. So that's my thing, boys. Whatever it is that you guys would like to say to the people.
Episode done, y'all.
Yeah. And for the 85th time, shout out to Havin Spitz for coming through again, my co-host. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you tell a friend to tell another friend to tune in. And for the 85th time in a motherfucking row, it's your girl, Audi 3000. And we are out. Bitch!
Motherfucking dub, ho.